The child disclosed that the conduct had been going on since around winter time or Christmas time. So for a number of months, and this would have been starting in late 2014, going through spring of 2015. There were a number of counts of predatory criminal sexual assault that were alleged, meaning that the child had been sexually penetrated or committed an act of sexual penetration. But also in this case, we charged child pornography because as these sexual acts were occurring to the child, the defendant was video recording them. It's one thing for a child to tell you, we hear from children a lot, we see a lot of interviews being done with children and they're describing what happened, but to actually see it happen and to hear it happen, it's just, it's a totally different circumstance when you can see it for yourself. Where thankfully a concerned citizen in Oklahoma who received a Facebook message that was disturbing in nature notified our sheriff's department. Our sheriff's department was able to quickly notify Swansea police because that's where the parties were alleged to have lived. Swansea police quickly acted and were able to make contact with that family. The parties in the case against People versus Grodin, we were able to reach plea negotiations. The prosecution and the defense attorney had extensive conversations about what an appropriate outcome for this case would be. People agreed to a guilty plea on 4 counts, all Class X felonies. This would be 2 counts of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child and 2 counts of child pornography. Each count was sentenced to 14 years in the Department of Corrections, and parole or mandatory supervised release is 3 years up to natural life on each count. And each count has to run consecutively, so for a total of about a 56-year prison sentence. Mr. Grodin is in his early 30s, so possible release by early 70s. Through our Child Advocacy Center and with Chestnut, the child is receiving counseling services. Naturally, this was a very traumatic and kind of long-term experience for this child, so we do expect it'll take a long time with her, working with her mother, with her counselors, to really feel comfortable and overcome what has happened. But I expect that this will be a very long-term process for her to recover. But she's got a strong family to help her